Hello, welcome to A Book in 5 Minutes. I'm Lindsay Milner. This week I am looking at a book called Badass Habits by Jen Sincero. It's subtitled Cultivate the Awareness, Boundaries and Daily Upgrades You Need to Make Them Stick. I've covered one of hers before, and if I remember correctly, I wasn't massively keen on it. I think it was the one at the bottom, the New York Times bestseller, You Are a Badass. But I picked this up because it was cheap. It was £4 at one of those shops that sells off books. And habits is something that I'm keen to work out how we can develop good habits, how we can quit our bad habits. It's something that I've been interested in off and on for quite a long time. So I thought I'd give it a go. It's an intriguing book because the first part of it, where she's talking about cultivating awareness and creating boundaries and working on your boundaries, it was very high level. This is how to change your life almost. Whereas I tend to think that changing habits is, you change one small thing, and yes, the idea is that it will improve your life, but it's not about changing your life. It's just about making an improvement, a sort of incremental improvement in one area of your life, and obviously build more and more and more in, so that eventually it builds a lot more improvement in your life. So yeah, I was a bit surprised by the first part where she's talking about boundaries, where she's talking about sort of your relationship with other people. She's talking about how to say no to things you don't want to do, how to have the courage to do things that you do want to do. And that kind of wasn't what I was expecting. But then there is another sort of lengthy chapter towards the end of the book, which is a 21-day programme to change a habit, which I think is much more practical, much more doable, and I'm actually going to give it a try. I'm going to follow the 21-day programme. I'm only on day 2. So yesterday I did the exercise where you had to create a mantra for yourself. And her mantra, to give an example, again, is something about money flows readily and easily to her. Which, again, it's fine. That's what she wanted to do. But that felt like a really big, life-changing, let's change something really radical about my beliefs. Whereas what I want to do is to get into the habit of getting outside first thing for 15 minutes, because that can help regulate your circadian rhythm. And it's a habit that I've tried to do in the past. Did have some success a few years ago. Can't even remember why I stopped doing it. Tried before Christmas to reintroduce it, and again had some success for maybe 3-4 weeks. Then I went on holiday, got out of the routine, and then when I came back it was December, so it was cold and I didn't want to do it, and I was out of the routine. So I've created my mantra. And I've been out today first thing for 15 minutes. So yeah, today obviously I'm going to work through the day 2 exercise, which is to make sure you're set up. You've got everything ready so that tomorrow morning I don't have barriers in my way that prevent me from getting outside. So I know which coat I'm going to wear. I've got the waterproof ready if it's actually raining. I've got the shoes and the walking socks that'll keep my feet warm. I've got those things in place so that it's easier for me to do the thing than to not do the thing. And that also kind of echoes a lot of what James Clear says in Atomic Habits. So the theory, the idea, great. I just felt like the first part of the book didn't fully support what you were now trying to get me to do. I'll let you know how the 21 days programme goes. Obviously, I'm right at the beginning of it, so I don't know at the moment if that's going to work, but I'm very optimistic that it will. If you want a 21-day programme, then it maybe is worth giving this book a go. If you want to understand more about how we perceive our habits, how we can quit the bad habits, how we can take up new ones, then I think Atomic Habits is probably a better place to start. And if it's specifically exercise that you want to get into the habit of doing, then I would say the one I reviewed last week, No Sweat by Michelle Segar, is definitely a better place to start. So that's this week's book, Badass Habits, Cultivate the Awareness, Boundaries and Daily Upgrades You Need to Make Them Stick by Jen Sincero. I am Lindsay Milner. If you want more content like this, then please do subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. And yeah, if habits is something you're interested in, then I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment underneath this video. I'll see you next week. Bye.